Do you know those jobs that you know you need to do, but you just can't be bothered? Welcome to today's video. Now, I do not have an astronomically enormous makeup collection, but if you've watched my channel for a while, you will know that I used to do more makeup focused videos. I really enjoyed making them. They were great because they were what I was into at the time, and they were the kinds of videos that I wanted to watch. So no regrets, lots of fun, all good. But I don't really make those kinds of videos anymore. The way I approach makeup has changed. I want a little bit less choice, a bit more simplicity, and just, yeah, I can't really describe it any better than it has changed. So I'm gonna go through my makeup collection with you, and we're just gonna have a bit of a streamline. Also, lip products. I have way too many lip products. As somebody that doesn't really wear a lot of lipstick, I have way too many. It is a grim day outside, so I figured time to do that job I've been putting off for ages, months. Over a year, actually. We're going to start off with this little unit here, and now there was a time when these little sort of Perspex containers and organisers were all the rage. They were all over YouTube, and I did really enjoy having this at our old flat. I had all my makeup that I used every day in this, and I do really like it, but it's impossible to keep it clean. It just attracts dust like nothing you've ever seen. I'm gonna have a bit of a clear out of this because most of these are products that I never use because I do my makeup in our bedroom and this isn't there. I just don't use them. So first things first, we have this little lip balm from Dr. Pawpaw, and this is their tinted peach pink balm, and I know why this is in here and I never use it because it separates really easily. It just goes into an oil, and I'm not a big fan of this kind of an applicator either because you kind of end up having to use your finger to apply it anyway, and then I just find it gets really messy and you kind of have to, you know, want to wipe your hands or something. I'm going to put that in the giveaway pile because somebody else might enjoy it more than me. Slightly randomly, I have a Rituals Deep Sleep Pillow Mist. Now this is just in here because this is our guest bedroom and I like to put this out for guests to use. So I will keep this, but it doesn't need to live in my makeup storage. See, everything is so dusty, it's awful. This is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Loose Powder. This is actually a really beautiful powder. I love this, but I don't use loose powders because I travel a lot with my makeup. This is enormous. I don't use makeup enough to get through this much powder. It's beautiful powder though, and it's absolutely fine. So I'm going to put that in the to give away pile. Sticking with the peachy theme, this is actually really old. I got this when I was figuring out what makeup I was going to do for my wedding. I did my own makeup, and so that was nearly 5 years ago. So this has basically been sat here for 5 years nearly, and it's still absolutely fine, but I don't use primers because I don't really wear foundation. So I don't know, I might see if my sister-in-law wants it, but really, I mean, this is definitely out of date. But it smells fine and it works fine, so I don't know, I might let her decide on that one. This is a lip balm slash lipstick from Project Lip in the shade Dare. This is a really, really beautiful shade, but this is one of those lip plumping ones, and it's kind of cinnamony. I love cinnamon in actual food, but as a scent or as a plumping agent, I do not enjoy it. So again, that will go to my sister-in-law just in case she doesn't mind it. This is actually a really beautiful lip colour, and this was sent to me from Larizzi Cosmetics, and it's in the shade Swoon. Now, I don't wear this a huge amount because it's a very, very bold red shimmery liquid lip. See, I've got my ring light on because it's such a dark, miserable day, but can you see the pigment and the sort of iridescence of it? It is beautiful. So I am keeping this, but I only really wear it at Christmas time. But oh my days, this is so beautiful. Next up is another Too Faced product. I went through a real Too Faced phase. I haven't bought anything from them for ages, but they are, I mean, their products are lovely. It's one of their melted matte, liquefied matte longwear lipstick in the shade Strawberry Hill, and it is beautiful. If I am wearing a bolder lip, this is what I go for. I love it for like a date day or something. Sort of hair kind of loose and wavy. This, a little bit of like bronzer on the lid, mascara, white dress. Oh, it's such a vibe. I love it. Next up is another liquid lip, and this is by e.l.f. and it's their sheer matte liquid lipstick in the shade Nude Rose. I have so many lip products and I do not wear them all, so I think I might have to have a little bit of a try and choose either this one or the Too Faced. So obviously this is the Too Faced one, this is the e.l.f. one. They are very, very different. And I am just drawn to the Too Faced one more. I think because if I'm gonna do a liquid lip, I'm gonna do a liquid lip. Do you know what I mean? I want it to be the focus of my makeup. Oh man, this was a gift from my sister, I think. This is a Ted Baker lipstick, and it's a red shade. It's really, really balmy, and the coverage of it isn't super strong, but I thought it would be really good for touching up like a red liquid lip, but I never ever use this, so I am going to put that in the gifting pile because it's beautiful. The packaging is stunning. It's very Charlotte Tilbury-esque. This is an e.l.f. lip pumping gloss in the shade Peach Bellini, and I actually really, really enjoy this gloss. It is basically sheer. It's got a little bit of a sort of milky white undertone to it, so it does give a really glossy shine, which sometimes I am feeling. So I do actually use this one, despite it being in here, which is the graveyard of things I never use. Oh my days, this is embarrassingly old. This is a number 7 lip gloss. SPF 15 in the shade Smile. I mean, this is, oh gosh, this must be 10 years old. Not even kidding. I mean, it still smells absolutely fine. This needs to be thrown away. This is way, way past it. This is a lipstick from Revolution, and it's in the shade Chauffeur, and it's a really beautiful pinky nude, but it's too cool toned for me. I have very neutral skin tones, generally leaning slightly warm, so this just looks a bit icy and odd on me. So I will, again, put this in the gifting to family pile, because I've only used it a couple of times, and I know they don't mind. Oh, now this is a little lipstick that I actually forgot I had. This is by Uoma, I think, and is in the shade Maya, and it says, "A badass does not talk about being a badass," which I kind of love. It is a phenomenally pigmented lipstick, and I actually love this shade. This is just much, much better for me because it is kind of cool tone, but it's a bit more neutral, whereas if I compare it to the Revolution one, this kind of lighter pinky shade just doesn't really work on me, whereas this slightly deeper, more berry tone just seems to really work. I don't really know why, but here we are. So I have a little trio of these Charlotte Tilbury minis, and I actually have the one I use most, which is Very Victoria, in my everyday makeup station. But these are Pillow Talk and Walk of No Shame. So Pillow Talk is their classic shade. I actually think I need a deeper shade of this. It's a little bit lighter than my lip colour, so it can look a little bit odd. But then Walk of No Shame is this really gorgeous berry red, and I love these minis. I wish all lipsticks came in this size. I will probably never get through a full-size one, so having the little minis is just so much better. I love them. And then, speaking of Charlotte Tilbury, I mean, the packaging, I know you pay for it, but my life is it beautiful. And this is Red Carpet Red. And I was searching for that really, I'm not going to do a swatch of this because I don't want to waste it. I was looking for that really like deep, neutral red, and this is stunning. This is my perfect Christmas red when I'm not feeling quite as spangly as this. And if I put the lip liner, which I cannot remember the name of, I will put the name of it on the screen here, then underneath this, then it's even better. Personally, I think. And then because I apparently went through a phase of thinking that I would wear red lips all the time, I have these two from Revolution Pro. Now I actually really rate their lipsticks. They're really, really good, especially for the price. This is the shade Expression, and it's just that real bright blue toned red. And then we have Fever, which is more orange. This was when I was wondering if I was really, really warm toned in my skin, trying to figure it out. And they're lovely and they're gorgeous, but again, I don't wear them because if I'm going to wear a red lip, I'm going to go for my Charlotte Tilbury or my Larizzi one. There we go, first layer done. Now, in this top drawer, I have just some little odds and ends of eyeshadows. And this is one from Body Shop and it's their Indian Rose Quartz. Now, it doesn't have any packaging because with Body Shop, you have to buy like a little palette to then put these all into, and I just resented that, so I never did. But it's a really icy, pale shade, and these just do not look good on me. So this is also really, really old, and like I said, it's been open to the air. I mean, it's been in the drawer, but it's been open to the air, so I think this one might have to be a throwaway, which does make me a bit sad, but I'm not gonna wear this. This is a really, really fun eyeshadow actually, and it's from Collection at Boots, and it's their Glam Crystals Liquid Eyeshadow in Aura 1. And this is one of the sparkliest things. I'm going to swatch it, but I'm going to regret it because this stuff gets everywhere. It's so sparkly, and I saw a friend of mine was actually wearing this. Billy, if you're watching, you inspired this purchase. She wore it to a friend of ours, Hindu, and I literally just couldn't stop staring at her eyes. I mean, she has beautiful eyes anyway, but I was like, what is that? And it was this, and I actually use this quite a lot on stage. If I want my eyes to have a bit of something extra, then this is what I reach for. So yeah, thank you, Billy, for your sparkly liquid eyeshadow recommendations. Next up, we have a eyeshadow from Maybelline, and this is one of their Colour Tattoo 24 Hour. I no longer purchase from Maybelline because they are one of the companies that test on animals, so I don't really purchase from them anymore, but I did buy this for a wedding, and it is really, really beautiful. But I have had it for quite some time now, and it's kind of drying out a bit, so I think it might be time to say goodbye to this one. Actually, that is worth saying. Not all of these products are going to be cruelty-free, just some of them I've had a long time, or some of them have been Christmas presents, stuff like that. If something's given to me, I will use it. Apologies if this isn't all cruelty-free. So in here we have blushes, and here we have an e.l.f. putty blush in the shade, doesn't say. I have absolutely no idea, but it's super, super peachy. Now, I do actually really, really like this. This is another product. I completely forgot I owned this. This isn't that old either, so I'm gonna keep it and move it into my more sort of regular rotation so that I can actually try this out. This blush. You know, I've been holding on to this for kind of sentimental reasons because this is actually one of the first makeup products I ever bought. It's from Elite Paris, who I don't even know if they're a company anymore, and you can tell it's so old that it's broken, which is why it's held together with this hair tie, and it's shade number 2 porcelain. But this is, I mean, maybe like 10 to 15 years old, but I've been holding on to it for sentimental reasons, but I think the time has come. And then I have a couple little minis of Bare Minerals. These are their original Mineral Veil, unbelievably amazing powder, and then the Warmth bronzer. These, I love these. I have these in here because I travel with them. Absolutely keeping both of those. They are very useful. And then I have this blush from e.l.f. Blushing Rose. Now, I bought this because it's quite a good dupe for the NARS Orgasm blush. This is beautiful. This is the most pigmented blush I have ever used, and kind of similar to the e.l.f. one. I'd kind of forgotten about it, so I'm gonna give it a bit of a trial. I'm gonna make myself use it a couple of times, see how I feel about it, and see if I'll keep it. But if not, then I will pass this on because it's really beautiful. Potentially I haven't worn it just because I have others that I reach for, so yeah, we'll try this, but we'll see. Then I have my little samples of foundation. You always get a sample whenever you order from Charlotte Tilbury, so I have a bunch of these. So useful for traveling. I'll just take one with me and then use it up, and it saves a lot on weight and just my back. And then I have this little tester from RMS Beauty, Living Luminizer, which is exciting. I'm guessing it's like a little highlighter, but yeah, that just lives in here for when I might use it, maybe, possibly never. This is actually a lip balm from Tesco. It's their Cranberry Lip Balm. It's kind of this pinky colour. Again, I don't use this because I have other lip balms that I enjoy a lot more. Although I just got a whiff of this. Oh my days, I forgot how good this smells. I might pop it in a handbag so that I actually use it. And then this little Givenchy Tester is actually what I wore on my wedding day. It's an almost completely sheer pink, but it just makes your lips look so beautiful. And like I say, I wore it on my wedding day, so never getting rid of this. It just kind of lives in here as a little cute reminder, but it could go up here along with all my other little mini lipsticks. And then this is definitely a give it to someone who will appreciate it more. This is a Burt's Bees lip balm, but it's tinted in the shade Rhubarb, and it's just not the right shade for me, so I'm gonna give this away, but love Burt's Bees. And then last but not least, we have another Maybelline product, so this must be incredibly old, and it is a red Colour Drama Intense Velvet Lip Pencil. I'm gonna give this away just because, well, or I might throw it away. It's really old. So, yes, no longer necessary in my